the Galilee garage there. Tap into my channel, that's where you wanna be. 87 Monte Carlo, West has name Ghost. I bet when I punch the gas, all you see is white smoke. And you know we doing big Texas, so we going 100 spokes like we on West Coast. Mexican leave garage therapy, come get with me, come get with me.
Good YouTube, it's your boy Mexican Lee back with another video. Today, first and foremost, I want to say thank you for your service to all the veterans out there, the ones that are here with us and the ones that are gone, but never forgotten. Thank you to all y'all. Thank you for your service. Happy Veterans Day. Like, comment, subscribe, man. Hit that subscribe button for your boy. Turn on notification bells so you get notified every time I drop a video. We're gonna keep pushing. I'm a little tired today. Today's, the holiday, so we're off. But at the same time, yesterday was my first day back to work, and I'm sore. It got me. The first half of the shift is when I really started aching and was in pain. The second half, I guess I warmed up a little bit. I got into the groove. It wasn't that bad. But I stayed over an extra 4 hours last night. So 12 hours, first day back, it was rough. It was a little rough, but we made it. So now we're here today. Everything's going pretty good. Let me quick just kind of give you a rundown on what we got done so far on Ghost. Now we're getting ready to, my son just walked back in the house, but he came out and helped me lift the speaker box out of the trunk. But I got a lot of things that I need to wrap in either bubble wrap, trash bags, whatever the case may be. I need to get this stuff wrapped up and put away ASAP. So I got a couple rows of bubble wrap coming in. Should be here shortly in a few more hours, I'm guessing. And we can finish up wrapping our door panels, things like that. The glass, the windows, those will go upstairs or in the shed. All the trim on the outside, I got to finish getting that stuff off. The trim around the windows we're going to break down today. For now, we're going to go ahead and get this trunk taken apart. I got a majority of the speakers and the interior stuff is laid out on the table. It's packaged, labeled, protected. So all that stuff's pretty much ready to go. I had to pull out a few racks to put up some other parts here and there, but for the most part, man, he's just about ready to start getting these panels taken care of. So let's switch this camera around and show you guys what we got done so far. So the other day, it was a little chilly. Kind of, I didn't really spend too much time out here, but we got the doors taken apart. Got the trim taken off. Everything on the inside of the door. I don't take my regulators out. That one I may change because I noticed when the window goes down, it kind of jumps a tooth. So I'm going to inspect that. If there's a broken tooth in there, I'll replace the whole regulator. The motor's already changed in previous video. So I got brand new motors on each side. That's fine. But I want to eventually get all the old rubbers off, trash all that. I got all new stuff. We'll get the door handles out, the mirrors, and then we'll start getting all the trim off out here and all the old rubber seals. All that's coming off and going in the trash. But everything else is pretty much gutted. The only thing I have left in here is the dash and that over there, the package tray and the 6x9s. But everything else is out. As you can see, seat belts, everything. So I'm not pulling out any of the wiring. The wiring's there where it needs to be. So let me quick show you guys something. Everybody, okay, can't go that way. Everybody that's building these old schools, and I used to do this a lot myself. I would just bunch up a bunch of cables up here on my batteries. The ones that I have in there now, the extras, are for my fans, and I want the fuses accessible. That way I can hurry up and change them if need be, or pull them if something's going on. But I see a lot of people tap in using the T-taps and stuff like that to tap into other wires to add different accessories to their G-bodies or old schools, whatever the case may be, old trucks, anything. These old cars weren't made for adding a bunch of extra stuff like that. So this is something that I would recommend. This is something that I do on all my old schools, is I'm either going to run a feed, a source coming from the battery, or a key on power, so that way it's controlled by the key. Either way is fine. But, well, let me start from the beginning. This is something I added to my car, and I would suggest for you, a lot of y'all that's doing your cars, add something like this in between your battery or your power to your whatever source it is that you have, whether it be a fan or a radio or amp. Always add breakers, fuses, add something in between so you have some type of security so that thing doesn't catch your car on fire. All right, you always want it to blow a fuse or turn the power off somehow, rather than just letting straight power go from the front to the back, wherever your source is, your accessory is, that's not factory, that comes with the car, something that you're adding. You always want to be able to cut that power off. So I ended up adding an external fuse panel to this car for, I'll show you what I have hooked up to it. But what I did was, I had a smaller, like a, what was it, a 10 gauge wire in here at first. Now I have, I believe it's a 8 gauge welding cable that I have hooked in here with a breaker, 150 amp breaker. So I can turn off whatever accessories that are going from this power source to the back and be able to control that, rather than just letting it stay hot and maybe potentially causing a fire. Okay, so here's my fuse panel. I just got it off Amazon. I may get a bigger one later, but this is what I have. I have the same gauge wire for the ground wire. That goes straight to the body. And then everything that I have hooked on here has a label. So I know exactly. The little cover that comes on here, you can put labels on it. But I broke mine, so I didn't put the cover on it. What goes here is that the panel that held the factory computer, that goes here. But I kind of modified that to be able to cover this so you don't see it. But I have my trunk release button hooked up to this for the alarm. Then I have, I don't know if you can see that, the door relay for the alarm, and another door relay. That's all that is tapped into this fuse panel right here, rather than just cutting wires and you know, wrapping that shit around the wire up here, or T-tapping into a factory wire. And you just got a bunch of stuff that's just like, it doesn't really make sense, or it looks crappy, man. Tacky. I don't like that look. So this is something that I came up with that will always have a fusible link to it. That way, if something ever happens, it'll pop that fuse. Then this right here, I can't remember. Oh, these are my fans. This yellow wire controls my fans in the back. So I got left and right. So, like I said, and then these are the switches, of course. But I try to keep everything nice and neat and labeled. Because if I ever want to go back to it later, like now, I'm taking a lot of stuff apart. I want to be able to know exactly where and what that wire is controlling. And always do your research on whatever accessory it is that you're adding to your car, and make sure you're getting the correct gauge wire. If you're not going with at least the minimum, at least go a next size higher, thicker, okay? Be safe, man. Be safe when you guys are working on your cars. We're sticking a lot of money and time into these things, and I see so many people's cars catching fire, man, and that's scary. I just hate to see that to somebody, you know, whether you're new or old doing this, you know, for many years. I hate to see that happen to somebody, man. It's, you know, it can happen while your family's with you, or you're alone, or it's in your house, parked in your garage, nice and safe, tucked away. all of a sudden something sticks, or relay sticks or something like that, boom, now you got a fire. Now everything you have where your car is being stored is burnt up. So y'all be safe out here, man. So we got the speaker box out the car. We're going to go ahead and start undoing the amps. All my wires are labeled. They have labels, you know, tucked away in corners and whatnot. And if they don't, I'll put a label on them. That way, when I go ahead and go to hooking this stuff back up, I know exactly which wires go where. The sub amp, that I'm not worried about. But as far as my speakers for my highs, I got, you know, for a separate set of channels, I have my front speakers. They're different wattages, so I keep them separated. So you always want to make sure you label stuff, man. And of course, you don't want your labels up here to where when people see your stuff, if it's set up this way, you don't want them seeing a bunch of labels, but at least tuck them away down further in your wiring. So that way, if you ever have an issue, you already know your right front speaker's gone out. You can hurry up and pull your right front wire and test it, or check that channel on your amplifier. You know, it's just so much easier that way, man. That way you're not second guessing and having to tear a bunch of stuff apart. But I think I'm going to leave the fans in here and the fuses. I just want to pull my amps out and be able to put them away in the boxes and tuck those away. That way those don't get all dusty and nasty and dirty. Pretty much everything else, I can vacuum this out real good. Of course, I'm going to put paper in here, cover it out, mask it off. So I'm not pressed about that. That's why even like my 6x9s, I have baffles on them. I may leave that stuff up there. Like I said, I'll tape it off in here the best I can, as well as back here. Just like when I was doing the welding, I'll go ahead and just cover and mask all this off. So that may stay like that. I may not take any of that out of the car. But for now, let's go ahead and start taking this stuff apart and get to work.
Yeah. Wrenching in the garage, wet paint dripping smooth. Call it a mirage, but the shots of truth I move. Gold teeth, popping boots, scratch the pavement. Hood legend status, I'm Texas entertainment. Low full life, rolling deep on chrome spokes. Swinging wide at Texas, watch all the heads provoke. AC blowing clean, sunroof doing its thing. Saginaw born king with that southern swing. Props to the engine humming strong under the hood. In my 87 Monte Carlo SS named Ghost, I stood fresh like tortilla, smell hot off the grill. Cruising like a cowboy running Texas on steel. It's the anthem of the streets, hear my bassline talk. Steady candy dripping, watch the corner block rock. Lone Star pride in my veins, in my chrome. Outlaws riding free, Texas forever my home. Low full life, rolling deep on chrome spokes. Swinging wide at Texas, watch all the heads provoke. AC blowing clean, sunroof doing its thing. Saginaw born king with that southern swing. Echo in the...
Hey, yo, we're back, y'all. All right, so got the speaker box. Well, y'all seen that already. Like I told you, my son came out here and helped me lift that up. Got my little Harbor Freight cart. Man, this little cart right here makes it so easy getting stuff out of heavy things out of like the pickup bed, trunks, stuff like that. It goes up and down. Love this little thing, man. I can't remember how much it costed, but make sure I don't poke a hole in my speakers. So we got that done. Got the amps out. Took them out real careful. They had already been disconnected from the battery for at least, I don't know, a week or two. So they're de-energized. They don't have no kind of power through them. Got the tail lights out. Got all the bulbs wrapped up in bubble wrap, labeled. I could have threw that shit in the box, just trying to hurry up. But like I said, man, with them being LEDs, I want them to last. I don't want them getting all nasty, dirty. I don't want to plug them back in later and then they don't work. Then I got to buy new ones. So got the license plate trim piece out. I ended up like a dummy. I had my cable tucked under some of this dynamat or kill mat, and I went to trim some of the kill mat around it so I could pull this cable out, and like a dummy I cut through it with a razor blade. So I'm gonna try to fix that. I ain't worried about it right now. If not, I'll buy another camera. That's for my reverse camera. I'll buy another one later if I have to, but I am gonna try to fix it. Also, with these old cars, man, a lot of these sockets get bad, dry, brittle, the plastic. I ended up cracking this little locking tab on this one. So I'm gonna try to find all new ones. I don't want no real cheap ass ones they sell at O'Reilly's. Them things are junk. But I'm gonna try to find some good, I know they ain't gonna have OEM ones, but at least some good quality ones. And I'll splice them into that, cut those off, put new ones in. The reverse ones were fine, so I'm not too pressed about those, but I'll probably end up doing both brake park light sockets on both sides. But for the most part, man, the trunk is torn apart. I think I'm gonna leave this stuff in here, and like I said, I could have probably done this even with the amps, but those things, man, I know they're cheap amps, but I ain't got money like that just to hurry up, get them all dusty, nasty, full of metal shavings, and then go to turn them on and I have an issue with them. Then I got to buy new ones. So I'm not trying to go through all that. This stuff back here will easily be cleaned up. I'm going to do the best I can to mask it off because I don't want a bunch of crap everywhere. I do want to keep it as clean as possible, but we'll see how that goes. So we could turn this light off. I did get the panel of seal. I think they call that a seal panel. I got that off. Need to plug this light in, recharge it. Where can I put it? I got stuff everywhere, man. I need to start getting this stuff. Once the bubble wrap comes, then all this stuff will be put away, wrapped up and put away. I got all the lights out in the back. Those are here. Of course, these are going to stay out because these got to get painted, the plastics. I think I'm going to end up getting new lenses, and I'll just keep those or sell them. There's nothing wrong with them. I just want new ones. Now we're going to go ahead and start taking off the trim on all the front window, the windshield, the back window, door handles, the mirrors. And then once that's done, I'll tape everything up. Even though those are old and beat up, I'm going to still tape them up, put them away, and get all the rubber seals out of the car. Then we'll go ahead and probably shut down for tonight and then maybe start fresh. Depending, tomorrow I got PT, then I got to go to work. So I may not come in here tomorrow, maybe not till the weekend. I got to go upstairs, get my heater down, go get some fuel for the heater. It's starting to kind of get a little chilly at night. But just wanted to give y'all a quick update, real quick breakdown on what we got going on Ghost. Next couple days or whenever I get back in here, then we'll go ahead and start taking apart the front, the nose, these trim pieces right here, and then the lights. We'll start breaking all that down and getting that stuff ready. So now we're pretty, like, I don't know, 85% ready to start getting this body work going. But like I said, I really want to worry about my trunk lines up great in the back. The hood I got to line up really good. I had to move some stuff around in that on my core support. That took me a while to figure that out, but I want to make sure my fender gaps and my door gaps are A1. So when I do get to that point, we'll pull out the new hinges that I bought and we'll start getting those in. I don't know if I'm gonna paint them first. I'll probably paint them first and then get them in there. And then once I'm ready to have everything all lined up, everything's, gonna be where it's gonna be, then I'll seam seal it and then we'll just mask them off, and then I'll paint all the jams, the backs of the fenders, the bottom side of the hood, the bottom side of the trunk. Get all that done. We'll jam it and then we'll go ahead and start doing the outside. So it's getting there. Nice little process. We got a little bit of work done today, so I feel pretty good about that. I'm gonna go ahead and get these amps put away, wipe them down, put them away, and start getting my speakers. I got to kind of start clearing this table off, but I want everything in either totes, boxes. I want it put away nice and neat. So when it comes back to me getting ready to start putting this thing back together. I can start getting everything out that I need, lay it out on tables. Boom, I'm ready to start putting everything together. I won't have to clean anything. I may have to paint a couple things, you know, like this here, you know, just small things here and there. But for the most part, so he'll be ready to go right, put back right, you know, super quick, super fast. Everything will pretty much be done. Versus me starting the body work and paint first. Then once the car's painted, then I got to get all the trim out, sand it, paint it, find pieces here and there, different screws. I don't want to go through all that. That's why I wanted everything that I wanted on the car, on it, installed, working. This thing was running, driving any and everywhere I wanted to go. So now, all that, since that was done, now it's time for body and paint. So he'll go back together super easy, super fast. So that's going to be it, y'all. Y'all see it. We in full effect, man. Getting her done. Getting her done slowly but surely. So like, comment, subscribe, everybody. Everybody stay safe out there. Stay warm in these colder areas. And bundle up if you need to. But stay motivated, man. Keep your body moving. Keep your mind you know, level. And just stay productive in whatever you do, whether it's cars, you know, hobby, whatever it is you may do. You know, keep yourself productive, man. I think that's what's going to keep us going for a long time, y'all. So I appreciate everybody, each and every one of y'all for following me. And new subscribers, old subscribers, man, thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. But that's going to be it for tonight. Mexican Lee's Therapy Garage, y'all. We're out.
Mexican Lee's Garage Therapy. Tap into my channel, this where you wanna be. Hit that subscribe button, y'all, yeah, you know it's free. 87 Monte Carlo SS name Ghost. I bet when I punch on the gas, all you see is white smoke. And you know we do it big in Texas, so we gon' 100 spokes like we on the West Coast. Mexican Lee's Garage Therapy. Tap in, y'all come get in with me.